I have an interview next week, so this is a video reminding myself of what I care about. I'm making this video because, I was worried about something, about me having next week an interview for a job, and I was feeling really bad about it. I was feeling kind of nervous, anxious, uneasy about it, and aware of kind of some red flags that I've seen in the interview process and all this, right? So I was like, should I even accept this fucking thing, right? If I'm already feeling bad about it, why am I even considering doing these things, right? Why am I even getting anxious and uneasy about this if I could just forget about it and just reject them outright, right? Why am I even considering it? And I have a lot of things that I don't care about, right? Like explicitly, I don't care about career development in that context, right? I don't want to climb their ranks. I am open to it being a positive experience in a career sense, right? I don't think it will necessarily be bad, but I know that it's not like when people like it's not me joining a web development company if I want to be a web developer, right? People tell you, yeah, you can join just whatever, and then you will grow in position because people will value that you have that experience or whatever, right? It's not the case. I don't think anyone in the future will value this less than a year of experience doing this thing ever, right? I also don't really like corporate bullshit. That is one of the red flags that was super clear to me in the interview, right? The interview was full of corporate bullshit. The company itself is kind of trash, and the way she talked was completely not my vibe, right? So I was like, another thing that I don't seem to like a lot. Plus, thinking, oh fuck, it's a corporation, so so even just stupid things like dress code. It's like, why am I even thinking, right? Why am I even thinking about the fact that I may have to fucking dress up the part to be like, that should even be a thing, right? I am too remote async culture pilled to be thinking about dress code, right? Like that shouldn't even be a concern of mine. Yet I am thinking about it. Fuck no, right? That is the exact thing from which I am trying to run away, right? That kind of bullshit that is exactly the opposite of what I want. Then also, related to career development, right? I don't think I am going to learn anything useful there, right? The position is kind of glorified customer service for a corporate, right? It's like I don't want to learn customer service, right? That is stupid as fuck. It's not. I don't think it requires any particular skill or anything like that, right? It's a position where the trajectory for learning, right? This claiming the ranks. I don't want to claim the ranks inside their company, right? That was what I was referring to there. But it's also that I don't want to climb the skill ladder of this thing, right? I don't want to climb their XP points or whatever. I don't want to climb XPs in their clan, particularly gaming terms, right? I don't want to climb to gain XP inside their clan, inside their guild or whatever. And I also don't want to fucking put hours into this fucking skill tree, right? It's something that is probably useless as fuck, just based on the words that she used. She used the words Office Suite, like PowerPoint. She used the word PowerPoint and she used the word Power BI. Is there anything that's probably more useless inside the world than Power BI? I have trouble thinking about it. Yeah, so in this context, as you can see, there are a lot of things against it, right? So I had to remind myself of the things that I wanted to have in mind, of the positives, of the actual things that I wanted, of the actual things that I care about, right? And why I even considered the thing in the first place, right? And the first thing is curiosity, right? I do feel curious about the corporate world in general, about how it works, and about the economic machine of the world and all of this. And fuck it. If no one wants to hire me actively or whatever the fuck, I'll take this, right? I'll take this for 8 months until I get either so overwhelmed by it and I want to reject it so bad. Hopefully not, right? Hopefully I just endure it and it helps me to figure out what I want, right? in a more concrete way. And also because of reality. I watched this video recently called The Importance of Real Things, and I left a long comment. It's not super related, but it's kind of related in vibes. But basically, my point with this comment that I was trying to make, and I think the point of the video also, is that there is reality in everything, right? You can find reality in everything, and I feel like I can find something real there. I can be curious about that. It's a matter of outlook, and it's not a matter of just the intrinsic thing, right? So even in a corporate world or whatever, Venkatesh Rao was able to make this Gervais Principle series. This is the Gervais Principle, right? He talks about the office, but he probably also has some experience with corporate enough to have written all of these fucking 6-part series on office dynamics, right? I think it's insightful to know this, and I do want to experience the reality of it. And tying it back a bit into the reality factor, I have this kind of tweet from Universe, that this tweet is made in context of like interacting on Twitter, right? So in Twitter, interactions are like conversation on the TL, talking on DMs, video calling, and then meeting in person, right? In rising not status, but in rising power level, right? And I feel like I am very low power level in this sense, right? So I do want to, as I worded it here, to see how do I perform in this kind of team environments, right? I want stories to tell related to the Venkatesh Rao thing. Right? I want to see what happens around those kind of environments, to see what kind of what arises there, and to level up my interaction level, right? I don't think that working in physical and all that is exactly parallel to this, right? I don't think, for example, video calling is necessarily that much better in a work setting particularly, right? Maybe in her mutual connecting with humans in this, I don't know, in a really emotional way or whatever, it probably hits different, right? I don't think that the differences are stark in a corporate environment, particularly one that is bullshitty, like I said. But I do think that there is something there that I would want to know, right? So I wanted to make this video as a reminder of all these things, right? And these are all the things that I have to say. And I've made a ton of videos, so if you want to watch something next, you have plenty to choose from. But I wanted to highlight this one, white consult and noting and re-white pilling myself on the information economy. I think this is a similar video of me trying to convince myself of something through talking it out on a video. In that case, it's related to the information economy, so maybe the opposite path of what I'm doing now. But I think that one probably talks about truthfulness versus corporate bullshit. And the one that I have made now talks more about social dynamics and learning in the real world versus truthfulness, right? So that one probably, I don't know, I don't remember it, but it's probably more in that vein. I don't know. Watch it and tell me what you think about it. Goodbye.